What does it truly mean to celebrate love when the world is watching, yet the most meaningful moments are meant to be shared in quiet, away from prying eyes? Lee Min-ho's intimate family dinner for Song Hye Kyo offered the answer in a way that was as unexpected as it was deeply personal. For fans accustomed to grand gestures, red carpet events, and highly publicized celebrations, this occasion was different. It was not about flash or spectacle. It was about presence, thoughtfulness, and a love expressed in subtle, unspoken ways. The evening began like any ordinary gathering, yet from the moment guests arrived, it was clear that something extraordinary was unfolding. The table was set with meticulous care, each plate and glass arranged not for optics but for warmth. Candles flickered gently, casting soft shadows across a space that seemed designed to cocoon the couple in privacy. No photographers. No social media teams. No official announcements. Only family, friends, and the quiet hum of anticipation. This story isn't over. Subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. We follow the moments and emotions of your favorite TV stars. Stay with us. Lee Min-ho, usually the epitome of composure in public, moved through the room with a rare, relaxed ease. He welcomed each guest with attention, laughter, and a genuine ease that made the environment feel less like an event and more like home. Yet his focus never wavered from Song Hye Kyo. Every gesture, every glance, every subtle smile was imbued with intention, as though he were quietly orchestrating a night that spoke volumes without saying a word. The dinner itself was simple, yet elegant. Freshly prepared dishes, chosen with care to honor Song Hye Kyo's tastes, lined the table. The conversation flowed naturally, unforced, as laughter and gentle teasing filled the air. In those moments, the public image of the two stars, the perfect couple constantly under scrutiny, fell away. What remained was deeply human, two people surrounded by those who mattered most, celebrating life, love, and the small joys that rarely make it to headlines. At one point, Lee Min-ho raised a glass, and the room hushed. His words were not grand declarations for public consumption. They were intimate, heartfelt, and precise, reflecting years of understanding, shared experiences, and mutual respect. He spoke of Song Hye Kyo's kindness, her resilience, and the ways in which she enriches the lives of those around her. Every sentence was layered with emotion, yet delivered with a quiet dignity that made the moment feel sacred. Song Hye Kyo, in turn, was visibly moved. Her smile, soft and sincere, carried the weight of unspoken gratitude and profound connection. There were no extravagant gestures, no dramatic proclamations, just a shared glance, a squeeze of the hand, a moment of mutual acknowledgement that spoke more than words ever could. For those present, the significance of the evening was not in the food, the decor, or even the guest list. It was in the space that Lee Min-ho created, a sanctuary where celebration was not performance, where love could exist without expectation, and where intimacy was honored over spectacle. Fans, of course, were quick to react once glimpses of the event surfaced. Yet even then, the magic of the evening resisted full disclosure. Photos were scarce, details minimal. The focus remained on the meaning rather than the minutiae, the intention rather than the image. It was a subtle defiance of celebrity culture, proof that the most profound gestures often remain unseen by the wider world. Industry observers later noted that this dinner was emblematic of a shift in how stars like Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo navigate fame. The balance between public persona and private life has always been delicate, but this event demonstrated a deliberate choice to prioritize authentic human connection over spectacle. It was a message not broadcast with fanfare, but lived in quiet moments, moments that resonate far longer than any headline. By the end of the evening, the effect was unmistakable. Guests departed, hearts full, carrying memories that would not be shared on social media or dissected by the press. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo remained at the table, side by side, enveloped in a calm that seemed almost sacred. No cameras, no applause, just the quiet presence of two people choosing to honor love in its most personal form. The significance of this intimate celebration cannot be overstated. In a world obsessed with visibility, Lee Min-ho's dinner was a statement that love does not need an audience to be meaningful, that devotion can exist in subtle gestures, and that family and connection hold a power far greater than public recognition. For those who witnessed even fragments of the evening, it became clear that this was more than a dinner. It was a testament to patience, understanding, and the enduring strength of a relationship nurtured carefully, privately, and deliberately. In the years to come, headlines may recount awards, premieres, and public appearances. But this evening, the intimate family dinner for Song Hye Kyo will endure in memory as a quiet masterpiece, a demonstration that the truest celebrations are often the ones no one is meant to see, and the deepest expressions of love are often spoken without words. The question now lingers: how many other moments, hidden from the world, quietly shape the lives of those we think we know and remind us that the most powerful gestures of love are those shared in silence, in the presence of family, and in the sanctuary of home? As the night drew on, the true intimacy of the dinner became ever more apparent. Conversations deepened, touching on memories and shared experiences, the kind that only family and close friends can appreciate. Laughter softened into quiet reflections, and for brief stretches, it felt as if the outside world, the relentless glare of cameras, the endless speculation, the constant demands of celebrity, had ceased to exist entirely. Lee Min-ho moved through these moments with a rare, unguarded presence. He listened as much as he spoke, offering encouragement, warmth, and subtle humor that eased everyone into comfort. Every gesture towards Song Hye Kyo, whether a gentle touch on the shoulder or a fleeting glance across the table, was understated yet profound. There was no need for dramatics. The attention in his eyes spoke volumes, conveying a deep, abiding admiration that words alone could never capture. Song Hye Kyo, in turn, radiated a serenity that contrasted with her usual public persona. Her smiles were slow, genuine, carrying the weight of shared history and quiet gratitude. At times, she would catch Lee Min-ho's eye across the table, and in those moments, the world outside, the media, the gossip, the expectations, disappeared completely. What remained was trust, respect, and a love that had been carefully nurtured in the shadows, away from scrutiny. Throughout the evening, subtle details reflected the thoughtfulness behind the gathering. Dishes were prepared to honor personal preferences, small touches of decor spoke to shared memories, and every element of the dinner was imbued with care. Nothing was ostentatious. Everything was intentional. The ambience was less about display and more about comfort, a deliberate cocoon of intimacy designed to allow Song Hye Kyo to feel cherished, celebrated, and safe. Guests later recounted moments that, to an outsider, may have seemed ordinary, yet were deeply meaningful. The quiet toasts to family, the storytelling that invited reflection and connection, and the simple gestures of shared attention all painted a picture of two lives intertwined not just by fame, but by profound understanding. These were moments that would live long in memory, treasured for their authenticity rather than broadcast for applause. Even as the evening concluded, the impact lingered. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo remained together at the table for a few more quiet minutes, hands brushing, voices lowered, smiles exchanged. There was no need for fanfare, no need for dramatics, no need for cameras to capture the moment. What had been shared was enough, sacred in its simplicity, powerful in its restraint. The dinner also served as a subtle reminder to fans and the public alike. Love does not need an audience to exist, and intimacy cannot be manufactured. In a culture obsessed with visibility, this gathering was a quiet rebellion, a demonstration that the most significant gestures are often those unseen, unrecorded, and uncelebrated outside the circle of those who truly matter. Industry commentators have noted that events like this redefine what it means to be a celebrity in modern times. They show that success is not only measured by accolades, social media metrics, or public appearances, but also by the ability to protect the private, to nurture genuine connections, and to create moments of joy and gratitude away from the relentless gaze of the world. In the days following the dinner, Fans who caught glimpses of the event expressed awe, not at grandeur, but at intentionality. There was admiration for the way Lee Min-ho honored Song Hye Kyo, not for show, but for the sake of love, family, and genuine human connection. The gathering became emblematic of a rare balance, the ability to maintain public admiration while preserving private sanctity. And in the end, the evening stands as more than a dinner. It is a testament to patience, care, and the understanding that love flourishes most fully when it is nurtured thoughtfully, quietly, and deliberately. It reminds us that the most meaningful celebrations are not those captured for public spectacle, but those lived fully, deeply, and intimately with the people who matter most. As Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo walked away from the table that night, hand in hand, the message was clear. True love does not need validation from the world. It thrives in the sanctuary of shared moments, quiet gestures, and unwavering presence. And perhaps, in a world obsessed with visibility, that is the most radical, moving, and unforgettable celebration of all.